Pretty girls, welcome to Pretty Girls Ugly Feelings, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything that makes us feel pretty, ugly, pop culture. We'll react to things. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Sophia.
And basically, as women, we're kind of always told, like, oh, don't worry about that. Like, you're too pretty to worry about this, that, whatever. Like, growing up, it's like, oh, you're just supposed to be pretty. Like, that's just what society teaches women they should be, which obviously isn't realistic. We have feelings too. And so, just like the ocean, super pretty, great for vacations, love her. But she also has rip currents and sharks and dangerous things that can harm people. So, while things can be very pretty, they can also have an ugly or like sad side to them.
And both should exist. And I think that's the balance of life too.
So, like I said, we're going to be talking about some things that make us feel pretty. So right now I feel pretty because I did my makeup to record this, and usually I feel more productive when I get ready for the day, and I need to remind myself that I can't look like Adam Sandler 24/7 because I work from home, so it's very easy for me to just wake up, stay in the same outfit. But I do know that I feel pretty and more productive when I get ready. So, what's been making you feel pretty lately?
It's funny because like what's been making me feel pretty lately is like almost the exact opposite. Well, because what's been making me feel pretty is actually not wearing makeup and being in my natural and still being like,
Mm,
okay, I don't hate myself. And that makes me feel prettier because I remember
okay.
like, especially in the winter, like you get paler, skin's dry, itchy scalp, like all of it, all like you just look like a shadow of yourself. But I'm like, I noticed it the other day. I'm like, this winter, I don't really look too bad. Okay, fully raw. I'm like, I'll take it.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. I feel like it's more like I could be natural if like I feel good in my outfit. But if I'm in like raggedy like pajamas or sweatpants or like then I'm like, okay, I need to get ready. I need to change out of this.
Oh, that it's
Like,
very real. And that's the thing too. It's like I feel like even I don't feel pretty like 24 hours of the day, but like in pockets, I'm like, okay. And at least if it's more than I did yesterday or last year or whenever, I'm like, something's going right. At least I'm doing that.
yeah, that's how you know growth.
Exactly, because yo, the way I haven't had, okay, I used to have lashes, even nails, these are press-ons, but I used to be lashes and nails down for nothing, just like everyday living, get my fill-ins every 3 to 4 weeks because I had pretty good retention. But I haven't had lashes since I think September,
Mhm.
and yeah, that took its toll on me at first. I felt like the tiny little nubs, and now I think now that my lashes have grown out because they're healthy and they're, raw and by themselves, I think that's what's helped me. And I don't know if I want
Yeah,
to go
because
back to
sometimes
extensions.
Yeah, because sometimes it also like you need to take a break because like the chemicals or like sometimes it will like hurt your nails more than it helps them having it done. And then it stops like your natural self from like your natural nails from growing or your natural lashes or like
No, fully.
so
And
I think
I've
that's
definitely
good.
noticed. Yeah. But so I like that. And like I said, I have press-ons on now because if I have to work or do
Hmm.
something, I just make sure my hands look presentable enough. But yeah, even my natural nails, I need them to grow stronger. So it's a process, but a day at a time.
I love press-ons. I am a press-on girly. I always have like a bunch of different ones on hand just because I go to the store, I see one that I like, and I'm like, oh, put it in the collection. I like having press-ons because they don't cost as much as getting your nails done, and I don't feel as bad if my anxiety makes me like pop them all off after 3 days. Because also my cousin and I, like if you have different nail sizes, and like one of your friends or whatever, then I size them to my nails and then I give her the ones that I didn't use. So then you can get like $10 press-ons, but get two sets out of it.
Yeah, that's valid. I've never
So
thought to do that, but that makes so much sense because I'll like one of them popped off, but I'll literally use them and then like if I want to use again, they'll be a little bit sized off and I'm like whatever, at least I'm getting the full
yeah,
use out of this box right now. But that's smart because then
yeah.
you get access to more designs.
Or you could file them to like make them your size too.
All right, so we spoke about what's been making us feel pretty, which is obviously super important, but equally as important, like we were saying before, is what's been making us feel ugly. So what's been making you feel ugly lately?
I think, which we were talking about earlier, like off the pod, but like winter and the weather. I moved from South Florida to North Florida like over a year ago now, and I haven't been traveling back to South Florida as much, so I haven't been in the like warmth as much. Like I didn't expect it to be as cold as it was. Like I was in Orlando a few weekends ago and it was literally like 20 degrees and the wind was like whipping like everyone.
Hmm.
And it also in North Florida, like to the point where it even snows sometimes. Like it melts immediately when it hits the ground. But like I don't live in Florida for there to be a chance of snow. So
Absolutely
it
not.
snowed like an hour north of us like a couple weeks ago, which is crazy to me. So because I'm not used to winter weather and I'm a born and raised South Floridian, I think it like brings my mood down, productivity, like all that stuff.
No, definitely. That's so real.
But
For me personally, I know the same thing happens to me every winter. That's typically why I like to go and travel. What's been making me feel ugly besides the winter as well, is oh my God, the little baby monkey Punch in Japan in the zoo. You seen him,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, and his little stuffed animal.
It made me feel ugly just because I've been crying so much. The
Hmm.
latest update is now they've accepted him. Which
Yeah,
low key, let me see. I don't know if they saw the backlash or what that they were getting, because it's a little fake. Now all of a sudden that he's a star, they want to come and be part of the family, but it's fine. I'm gonna give them the benefit of
yeah,
the doubt. They are monkeys. And I'm just happy that Punch is now getting some love and care because that really was weighing heavy on my soul. I was like, I know it's not possible to go and adopt this monkey, but I'm like, I need to love
yeah.
this monkey. I will give him everything he needs and more. But yeah, my poor
Yeah, no,
Punchy
he's
Poo.
just a baby. I literally, like, my cousin was the one who first sent me it. And I was like, why would you send me this sad story? Like, you know what this does.
Yeah,
Like,
dead
why would you do
ass.
that to me? Like, you ruined my whole day.
Yeah, I'm way too sensitive. That stuff will seriously send me into a spiral of depression, but it's looking good for Punch now. We can move on, you know? We can move on.
Yeah, happier days ahead for him. Now he'll be a star like that one hippo in the Cincinnati Zoo. Or
Oh,
no,
Mudang.
there was, yeah, there was a hippo in the Cincinnati Zoo that was really big. And then there's also Mudang from
Mudang
the
was
other
my
zoos.
girl. Mudang was my girl. Yeah,
Hmm.
she wasn't in Cincinnati, but
Yeah,
yeah, I have attachment to animals. I have issues. It is what it
same.
is. Cancer moon. Typical day in the
We're
life.
allowed. Now that we went through what's been making us feel pretty and ugly, make sure you let us know what's been making you guys feel pretty and ugly lately in the comments. But we are now going to react to some Am I the Asshole stories on Reddit. These are some of my favorite kind of stories to read and like listen to people talk about. So this one is Am I the Asshole, but specifically in the relationship subreddit. Am I the asshole for wanting a divorce because my husband no longer finds me attractive?
Ooh,
My husband, 30 male, and me, 31 female, have struggled with attraction for 3 years. Pause. That's a long time.
that's wild. And she's only 30.
Right. Like you're not dead.
You're not dead. You're okay. Carry on.
Three
Carry on.
years. That means they've been struggling with this since they were in their 20s.
Yes, and she was 27, and it's like they're married young, but like how long have you been married?
We'll find out, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure they're gonna get into
But
it.
that was, yeah. 3 years ago, my husband, let's call him Mark, told me he lost attraction for me. He said it was only 25%, but it was gone due to the weight I gained after having his kids.
Shut the fuck up. Don't get me started. Okay, Tato. That's all right. Mm-hmm.
To be clear, I'm completely comfortable with how I look and think I look even prettier curvy, period. As you
I
should.
agree. I agree.
We've been together now for almost 10 years, and every time we argue about this topic, Mark always brings up how he would find me more attractive if I went to the gym. I would find more attractive, like him more attractive if he stopped talking.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Hmm.
Okay, that's not what she said. That's what I'm saying.
And I
Sorry,
agree.
but
Hmm. Yeah.
not to add words into her story, but
Hmm.
that's what she should have said if she didn't. I'm a logical woman who needs logic for arguments and not much feeling so I can better understand a point of view. Mark and me have separated 3 times over this issue, and every
Shit.
time I bring up divorce, that's not funny, but just your reaction made me laugh.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, no, because I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, what do you mean? Whatever. And every time I bring up divorce because of it, Mark states it's unfair. I always bring it up, and he would never leave me overweight. But yet he never touches me and refuses to have any intimate time. He says it has to do with how he was born. Never being attracted to fat women was his preference. But I believe since we've been together for 10 years, almost, and share a few kids, that the time we spend together is more valuable and meaningful than my body, and he should get over how I look and love me for me. He agrees.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Pissing me off, but carry on.
Right. He agrees, but says I can never change that part of him. I brought up divorce 3 days ago, stating we are both in love with each other, but because our intimate times no longer happen, except once a month if I'm lucky, I feel this will never change and we should get a divorce. He says he can't get over editing AI images of me being anorexic with a big bust and surrounded by men gawking over me because it's his fantasy.
That's so weird. Ew, he's such a weird man. Oh my God.
Okay, that just added a
Throw him
whole
away.
nother level. Yeah,
That's so
because
weird.
it's not only that you gained weight and he doesn't find you attractive, he wants other men to find you attractive.
It's
And
just
not saying
like,
that they don't, but that's just like
right.
weird to want people to be like flocking over your person.
Well, this
Maybe I'm too
goes,
jealous for that, but
this goes along with what I was gonna say originally. I feel like it just confirms it further. But yeah. Was there more or is she done?
oh no, there's a little bit more.
Okay,
But
yeah.
that I just have to stop there because the AI, like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
like this is what you're depleting the ocean for? You fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
Get a hobby. Like you have too much, get a job.
please. I'm convinced if he keeps editing these AIs and comparing them from when I was 140 pounds to now 215, then of course he'll never want to be physical. He's angry I would even suggest divorcing and states the only real reason to divorce is due to infidelity, not because someone's no longer attracted to you. So am I the asshole for wanting a divorce? We have gone to marriage counseling and sorry, we have gone to marriage counseling, and he's been to 2 separate counselors trying to fix it to no avail. He also says I'm wrong to go through his phone and find out he's editing more photos of me to use for his pleasure rather than us having intimate times. I'm scared to leave him because we have kids and this is my first relationship. So I don't know if it's an appropriate reason to get a divorce. What should I do? Help.
What she should do is divorce that man and quick.
Right.
Like the hell? I don't
Right.
I will never understand like if you throw all the details aside and you just keep it on like the fact that like you're very unhappy, like this situation's not working for you, this person's not treating you good at all, or it's telling you they're not attracted to you, then what are we doing here? Just keep it pushing. It's fine. You'll find somebody who is, if that's what you want to do, or you have your kids. I'm sure you have friends, family, like you'll be all right. But like he's a weirdo.
Yeah. I don't like that. I didn't like any part of the story. I agree, like 100%. Even solely, if you took out the AI of it, if you took out the, like, well, you can't really take out the weight part because that's what he's claiming makes her unattractive. But if you're just not being treated right, you're not getting your needs met in a relationship, I 1,000% agree. Like, you can leave. It doesn't matter that it was your first relationship. It doesn't matter that you've been together for that long. If he's showing you that this is who he is now and it's not going to change, and you seem to have tried everything at this point, like counseling, all this stuff, whatever, like it's not really going to help. Like you've
Yeah.
tried, you've had this problem for multiple years.
And it
And I
hasn't
think
gotten better
it's,
in that time.
yeah, and I think it's better for kids to see their parents happy than miserable and together.
1,000% because like you that should be the goal out of life is you want to raise children that have the least amount of trauma and need the least amount of therapy possible. And how do you do that? By being the best you could be by being happy. It's that simple. And this is
Right.
not, you're gonna be miserable here. And you reminded me of one of the other things, the fact that this is her first relationship to me, that's even more reason to get on and keep it pushing and get divorced because you are missing out on so much life. Every time I hear of a couple that have been together like since high school, I'm always weary because I'm like there's way too much world to live, too much life to live, too much world to experience. And to be with the same person that you were with since like let's say 14, 15, 16, you're not the same person. They're not the same
Hmm.
person. You need to
Hmm.
grow. And sometimes that does take a separation or a breakup. So all around, there's no reason to stay. There's not, I can't give one reason to stay, not one. Racking my
Yeah.
brain. Unless he's paid
I,
crazy and you could cheat on him and just get money. That would be the only reason. Find a man who likes 215 pounds of you and let Mark afford your lifestyle.
right.
That's if you want to
I
stay,
think,
that's the only way to do it.
yeah. I mean, also, if you're like, it doesn't sound like she's against divorce. It sounds like she keeps like appeasing him.
Yup.
But like, even if you don't want a divorce right away, it sounds like you've tried everything but a separation. Like, if it takes a
True.
separation or whatever, like you said, like if he needs to be out of the house, he needs to miss you, like obviously other stuff isn't working. And I also really hope they don't have daughters. She didn't say like if they have
Good point.
girls
Yeah.
or boys for kids, but imagine, I can't imagine like seeing, if that was my mom, like I can't imagine what that would do for like their daughter's body
A
image.
thousand
Or
percent. Such a horrible standard for them.
yeah. And also, even for herself, even if you're not male-centered, but you're just in a relationship with someone who has been so negative towards you, towards your body, even when you do pour into yourself, which is obviously hard to do, like hard to do as a mother, because you obviously don't have time, you're taking care of kids. So it's harder to find time to go to the gym, pour into yourself, do whatever you need to do. Um, then I just feel like even once you get that time to do that, it's going to be hard to kind of take the negative comments out of your head that he's been telling her for so long.
Hmm.
But also, I think it sucks even on another level of like you married a person who you thought you could like do everything with and go through whatever with. Because when you get married, you obviously don't plan on being divorced.
Right.
You
Right.
think that you're
Otherwise, you wouldn't
gonna,
do it.
Right. But you think that you can go through anything with this person, and then for you to have their kids and them to treat you this way is just terrible. I definitely think divorce.
Hmm.
Um, but I just think there's a lot more that Mark, or whatever his real name is, has caused that, like, I feel like women think about these things more. Like, you think about the cause and effect. Men just say how they feel, they want what they want, and they don't think about how it's going to affect their kids, how it's going to affect the mom. Like, why would he want to stay with someone he's not attracted to? That also doesn't make sense to me. Like,
It doesn't.
why would you rather spend the rest of your life with AI? Like, at that point, he's going to be in an AI relationship
Yeah,
because,
fully. And once those bots come out, he gonna be first in line. I'll tell you that. And he just gonna make it look just
yeah,
like you, except have it be the weight you he wants you to be. It's just insane. I think men, I know, men are selfish and women are selfless. And I think that always ends up playing into a dynamic of where the woman is giving more, or like what's the word? Like she's giving up more, she's conceding, she's I can't think of words
you're
because I'm
using all the right
brain dead.
words.
She's willing to give up more so he could get his way, and that's just naturally
Mm,
how we are, and I think also how society and culture has taught us we should be as women. We want to be pleasant, we want to be agreeable, we want to be people pleasers, essentially. Because if you're not, if you're difficult, then you get outcasted. Nobody wants to work with you. A man's a boss, a woman's a bitch, that old thing. But yeah, so I think he's just selfish and he wants it his way. But what's best for everyone is if she divorces that man.
yeah. I also want to know who they've been seeing. Like, who did you go to counseling for that didn't put him in his place? Because what do you mean?
Yeah, it wasn't me. I wish it was.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd be
Yeah.
like, I know you fucking lying. You balding. You gonna tell her you're balding. Maybe she's not attracted
Literally.
to a bald man. Did you ever think of
Period.
that? But anyway.
Have you seen that video of that lady that like beats men back into place?
But that sounds like
Oh,
my
I have to
vibe.
send it to you.
Send it to me,
Yeah.
please, because those are my peoples right there. Um,
Yeah. She was like, "Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I get paid for." And I was like,
I
"This
love
should be
that.
my job,
I
like a
need that.
dream."
Sign me up. I'll do it for free at this point. You don't even have to pay me. Um, but yeah,
Exactly. So overall, our
divorce,
verdict is divorce,
a
and
thousand
she's not
percent.
the asshole
No, she's
at
not the
all.
asshole. She's not the asshole.
Also, she's not old. She's literally 31. Like, you could have a whole nother 30, flirty and thriving. Like, come on, girl.
Life is just beginning. She's fully gonna be all right. And especially if she finds herself attractive, that tells me everything I need to know. Because it would be one thing if she's like, "Oh, I did gain weight with the baby," and like, it's a lot. I agree. Da, da,
Hmm.
da. That's one thing. But to be like, I kind of like my curves, so you're comfortable in your skin.
Yeah,
This low key, if he was smart, if you're feeling good about yourself, this is when you're gonna turn up the most when you're intimate because you're confident and comfortable in your own skin. So he could be getting the best time of his life, but he's there thinking of you looking like a freaking whatever, a
right.
stick, and thinking that's going to help him. So that's his own fault.
Yeah,
But I have
I
one.
agree. Let's do it.
Okay, this one's a little different. It is, am I the asshole for letting my fiance go on a date? Here we go. So, my fiance is 26 male and I'm 25 female. We have two beautiful children. We're going through a miscarriage at the present time. Oof. So, 3 weeks ago, I did two pregnancy tests. Both were positive. I was super excited and happy. He wasn't that excited or happy as he's very content with two, but he's very supportive of me. Then, 2 weeks ago, I started bleeding, which I've concluded is a miscarriage. As last Friday, my HCG is 4. My partner is bisexual. Oh, they got a lot going on here. I've told him that he can hook up with other males as I don't like blowjobs or anal, which he does like. I know he loves me, but after finding out I'm miscarrying, I haven't been myself and have been extremely emotional. But today, my partner showed me a picture of a guy that wants to hook up with him. He looked really good looking, so I told him to go for it. But now I feel extremely sad and emotional and insecure as I can't go out and find someone to hook up with as well. Oh, as I've had two kids and have stretch marks everywhere, and I don't feel hot or confident. He doesn't want to hurt our relationship, but he's also a very sexual person. Needs sex every single day. While I have a very small libido, I'd rather have sex once a month. So am I the asshole for letting him go and hook up?
This is a lot.
They have that's a lot going on there. I didn't realize it was so loaded when I first looked at the title. That's there's layers to that one. Okay, well, as far as am I the asshole? I personally don't think she's an asshole, but I think she has a lot going
Yeah.
on. She definitely has a lot
Yeah.
going on.
I don't think she's an asshole either, but I think she's doing things again to appease him. And I don't think she's actually comfortable with the type of lifestyle that she's living because right now first of all, they're very young. So, and they've had to have been together for a while because two kids already, and they're
Hmm.
only 25 and 26.
Yeah.
Um, so that's already a lot, but she, at this point, going through a miscarriage, especially all the hormones that are coming with
Yep.
all of that, like she's expecting her partner to be there for her and like help her go through these emotions. And he's just out here like trying to hook up with other people,
Yep.
which it sounds like she lets him do. So it sounds like he doesn't think it's something that's wrong. But at the same time, she needs to speak up for herself and for her needs to be heard and like can say like, "Oh, like I know this is the arrangement for our relationship." She could be fine with it. That could never
Hmm.
be me. But she like if she's fine with that, them having an open relationship, whatever, that's fine. Like everyone has their own different boundaries, whatever.
Hmm.
But she is also allowed to say at this point in time, I don't want this to be going on because I need support emotionally, physically, whatever she needs.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, honestly. I think the bigger issue is what she's going through right now.
Yeah.
And that she does need that support. And even if that means like, hey, maybe don't see other people for a few while she's going through this thing emotionally and chemically, because her hormones are all out of whack at this point. Just be there for her, be a partner. You married her, and then help her get on track because it could take a long time when it comes to
Yeah.
the imbalances that your hormones go through. But like just be there for her, support her, and get to a place where she's feeling her best self, or as close to it because obviously she expressed that she's not comfortable with her body and the stretch marks and whatnot, which is all natural. So she is young, 25. That's stuff she needs to work on.
Mhm.
Just like as far as confidence and being comfortable in your own skin. She's not in a place right now for that dynamic to exist in the background while she's dealing with what
Yeah.
she's dealing with. That could happen when she's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I'm not even fully mad at the guy for this one because it
Hmm.
doesn't sound like she's expressing her needs yet. Like
Hmm.
she came to Reddit for like she's not asking, "Oh, should I not be with him?" whatever, whatever. Like
Hmm.
she's not asking any of that. She said she's been comfortable with everything up until this point, but I think the factor of the miscarriage is like really affecting her, which obviously it should. But also, I'm 26 and I feel like when I turned 25, like there was a whole mental shift. So I feel like a lot of the things that I would have been okay with or I would have done when I was younger, I wouldn't be okay with now.
Hmm.
So I think she just needs to reevaluate like her needs and their relationship in general. Um, because I think from 25 to 30 is very like transitional,
A
figuring yourself
thousand
out,
percent. And
whatever.
then even after, your shit never ends.
Yeah, for sure.
That
But
just
I think
starts.
it feels bigger like at that point. I
Hmm.
don't know. I mean, I can't speak to further.
Hmm.
I'm 26, so it hasn't been
Yeah.
that long. But
Yeah.
like
No, it,
I feel like yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. I was gonna say it definitely an awakening starts definitely around then and it just keeps carrying on. So I agree with that. I think she's at a place that
Hmm.
maybe old things that worked don't work for her anymore and that's fine. She needs to figure that out. And I think it's a similar problem as the one before is like again, being selfless when you should be selfish, especially in this scenario. Like right now, you need to put yourself first. Um,
Yeah. The
so
only thing
yeah.
that bothered me about him that she said was that she was like, oh, he wasn't really happy. Like, he's fine with two. Like, if you weren't happy and you don't want any more and you guys are going to get married, whatever, wrap it up, get a vasectomy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Figure it
take the
out.
precautions for I agree with that too,
Yeah.
definitely. So that
Like,
you don't want to end up in this position, so why even let it get there?
yeah. Because even if you're not like super ecstatic, whatever, I feel like don't put that on her.
Hmm.
Or like, because you could be scared, you could be worried, whatever, but I feel like it kind of like dampened her excitement, is what it
Definitely.
sounded like. And then to have a miscarriage after that, I feel like that's also hard.
Yeah, 1000%. Very real.
Yeah.
All
So not
right.
the asshole for either of
No,
them.
to you, and it's like I definitely tend to agree with women. Yes, of course. But
Yeah.
what it's and it's not even just because they're women, it's just because usually men are just fucking stupid. But if a woman is like, I'll be honest, if she is the asshole, I have no problem being like, nah, you're wilding, you're doing too much. But in this
Yeah,
case,
same.
both of them definitely were not the asshole at all. Far
Yeah,
from
like
it.
the second one wasn't an asshole, but she needed to like tell him because it didn't sound like the guy was doing anything wrong either in the constraints of their relationship.
Right.
But
Just
yeah,
things they need
again,
to
that
learn. They're young.
the whole like polyamorous, whatever, I don't know, there was a word. Oh, I forgot. One of Nick Cannon, like his baby mamas, had said like, oh, he doesn't like to be called polyamorous. Like he
Hmm.
just loves so many people. Like he doesn't like a label on it,
Okay, so
which
rebranding it.
whatever works for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna yuck
But
someone's yum, but yeah,
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna judge you for it, but it would just not be me. Well, we hope you liked this episode. Thank you for being pretty and ugly with us, and we hope you come back for more. We'll definitely be doing a lot more reactions, pop cultures, just different topics. We'll have some guests eventually.
for sure. Even get into
Hopefully,
our own lore, because you know that's important.
yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot. So, but yeah, thank you guys. It's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on all of our pages. We'll leave all the links and down below and make sure you're commenting while you're listening. Bye, guys.